So, guys, we might have a bit of a disaster on our hands because the GOP just made randomly a list of new demands that the Democrats they say will have to agree to in order for a debt ceiling rise. Now, I shouldn't blame the entire GOP. It's really just the MAGA wing of the GOP because they're taking their orders from Donald Trump, and he's basically stated that he essentially wants the country to default unless they get everything they want. Now, I think there was a chance they would get most of the things they want, so they're like, "Oh, we don't want that to actually happen, so we're going to make up like a list of new demands." They just kind of submitted the list of new demands a couple of hours ago, and now the Democratic wing is saying like, "Well, some of these demands we're just not going to agree with," and they're basically telling Biden that yeah, if you actually concede all these demands, we're not going to support the debt ceiling agreement. So there is a bigger chance for a disaster now. So what should you do with crypto? I still don't think that we're going to default because I think the parties will work some way around it. And these new demands are completely ridiculous, by the ways. But the thing is, like, I think they'll figure out some way around it. And I think a lot of it is theatrics. But what if it does default? What's the plan if it does default? Well, I would actually sell pretty much everything if it was going to default. Not exactly what I would do. I'd probably sell everything and buy gold and silver if I really thought it was going to default. And then maybe a couple of weeks afterwards, after it defaults, I would resell the gold and silver and buy the crypto back at a much lower price. Because remember, if we default, all the markets are going to go down. The economy is going to go to turmoil. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. That's just how it's going to work. So in the short run, there will be a definite shrink of the crypto market as it will be affected by the general economy, just like everything else. No, crypto is really not a hedge against that. It will affect crypto just like it affects everyone else. Crypto is not some like magic bean that will let you get out of it. That doesn't exist. So in the short run, I would sell everything, buy gold and silver. And then after about 2 weeks, I would probably, like I said, sell like 75% of that gold and silver and buy the crypto back. Because after the default, there might be a little bit of a bounce afterwards, but I think crypto is still going to be low after a few weeks. But that's the time to actually get in at that point because, we might be like super, super low at that point. And if you don't buy then, you're probably not going to see those prices again because it will rebound. Crypto, I think, will actually gain more trust if the United States defaults because then the treasuries and stuff won't actually be worth as much because, people can't rely on U.S. treasuries anymore. And then you'll have to find something else to rely on. And I think crypto, besides gold and silver, crypto will be one of the few things that will actually rise up. Remember, if the U.S. defaults, we're going to lose our AAA rating, which means it'll be harder for us to basically get funding or get money or to sell bonds. And that is a big way the U.S. actually funds itself. The U.S. funds itself a lot by selling bonds to its own citizens. And if your own citizens aren't willing to buy the bonds, if other countries aren't willing to buy the bonds, then the country really doesn't have any way to get money. And the bonds generally mean U.S. treasuries as well. A default would also mean horrendous effects, knock-on effects for local bonds and treasuries as well. I think that would undermine trust in the overall U.S. economy. So that's what I would think. That's what I would think I would do. Like the debt ceiling, I would, if you actually think it's going to default, if you're like over 50% sure you're going to default, probably sell right now, buy gold and silver, and then after about 2 weeks after the default, sell the gold and silver back and buy the coins back. And I think you'll end up with a lot more coins. And you'll probably make a lot more money because I do think people will come into the crypto market because they are going to be much more unsure about the U.S. currency market. And they're going to try to find other things to basically make up the difference. And I think crypto will be one of those things. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.